Yeah, just the first sentence.
Don't even bother with the rest of it.
Right. You're meticulous in your approach to almost everything you try. And that's because you only attempt things you know you'll be successful at.
Attention.
So that's landing.
I don't think that's necessarily.
You never know.
You can't apply that to everyone.
You never. All right, now the geometric form.
Yes.
Bermuda.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever been to a strip club?
Bermuda.
I never have.
Just failure and tears everywhere.
That would seem to just completely blow that theory out of the water. You know, you're always incredibly well put together and seemingly pull off any trend you deign to try. You can go to some of the finest strip joints in America and know that is a complete and utter lie. Which really speaks to the stickiness of the list. But I still have to share it.
When I see those magnificently put together women up there entertaining Mike, I say, there's a woman who's got her act together.
Let's go to.
She's going places.
Let's go to geometric shape, Bermuda. You're not interested in following trends and are generally set in your ways about what you like and what you don't. All right, so that's pretty.
Okay, well,
it doesn't mean
it's
anything.
like owning a Buick.
Here's one I was. This is the one I was kind of curious
without
about.
the maintenance.
Awkwardly maintained, like not done completely properly. You make to-do lists, but never accomplish all the tasks on them because you're easily distracted by more enticing options. I think that's legit.
I do too.
I think that's probably legit. Just somebody's like, oh, whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Bunnies.
Your home and life appears neat and orderly, but there are plenty of hidden messes.
Trash under the bed.
But who cares if no one's the wiser? So that's what it says about that.
Trickery.
Special shape. You know, lightning bolt, heart, etc.
Gotcha. Star of David.
You're desperate for attention. I believe this.
True.
Yeah. You're desperate for attention and will go to great lengths to get it. You have, at one time or another, done all of the following. Gone skinny dipping, dyed your hair a crazy color, cursed out your mom, dated an older man. Hey!
Bingo!
Hey!
Bingo, bango.
Hey.
Mike, they're painting in broad strokes.
Oscar, you're a pain in the ass. All right.
Rosker.
Now we get to Oscar's favorite Breaking Bad, which he has so eloquently described his desire for on the show.
No, I just said that's what I prefer.
I know it. Well, that's what I'm just saying.
Yes.
You love that. Anyway,
it's clean.
You don't do anything halfway. Some would consider you OCD, but you prefer to think of yourself as a perfectionist. You'd like everything neat and orderly, regardless of the occasion, just in case, which is why your bed is always made. Well, you can speak to that. Is the bed always made?
If I don't make it, I make sure someone else does.
Okay. Well, I'm
mean?
not talking about you, for God's sakes. I'm talking about people that have had that your favorite kind of quality.
No, I think that's just a trend.
Okay.
Like, girls are pigs overall, sometimes more so than men.
That is Santana, and he will address all of us.
Who
to
makes
Oscar
their bed?
Santana.
Raise your hand.
And the last one is Vajazzled.
Yes. Quiet, everybody.
Vajazzled is, let me see. You are, it says here, your name is Rob Spiewak.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
What?
You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
All right, look, pay attention, everybody. Wadsworth, am I right in thinking there is nobody else in this house?
No.
Then there is someone else in this house.
No, sorry, I said no meaning yes.
No meaning yes? Look, I want a straight answer. Is there someone else or isn't there? Yes or no?
No.
No, there is or no, there isn't?
Yes.
Please!
Well, there is still some confusion as to whether or not there's anybody else in this house.
I told you there isn't.
There isn't any confusion or there isn't anybody else?
Either. Or both.
Just give me a clear answer.
Certainly. What was the question?
Is there anybody else in the house?
No!
That's what he says. But does he know? I suggest we handle this in proper military fashion. We split up and search the house.
Suppose that one of us is the murderer. If we split up into pairs, whichever one of us is left with the killer might get killed.
Then we would have discovered who the murderer is.
But the other half of the pair would be dead.
This is war, Peacock. Casualties are inevitable. You cannot make an omelet without breaking eggs. Every cook will tell you that.
But look what happened to the cook.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Buzz Burbank, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his couch, here's Mike.
We're live from the Cappy Pfeiffer Studios. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We're downloaded worldwide 17 million times. We are powered by Encore.
17 and a half.
Hey! 17 and a half.
Yay! Nice, 17.5.
17.5 million times, and we are powered by our good friends at Encore Insurance. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com. 102.9 FM WTNT in Washington, D.C., and the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa. Today is Wednesday. This is Feb 27-2013, and we are brought to you by Tall Weeds. In the mid-1990s, Steve Huey went from being a police detective in Houston to wearing a helmet as a UN peacekeeper in what had been Yugoslavia. What he found was a land where murder is not a crime but a sport, where the weeds are tall to hide the mines, and he learned the local legend of a vast fortune of diamonds and gold hidden in the mountains of Sarajevo. That's how Steve Huey came to write about a deadly treasure hunt in the book Tall Weeds, a wonderful new book from Mr. Steve Huey. Get it through our Amazon page or at twodogsbarkingpress.com. That's TWO Dogs Barking Press. Tall Weeds by Steve Huey. Well, hail, hail, the gang's all here.
We opened the show by talking about tall weeds.
Yes, tall weeds. Yeah, you know.
Can be mysterious.
They hide the mines.
Oscar and I kind of reacted the same way to that. You know, it's just, you get that, you don't read ahead because you want it to be somewhat spontaneous.
Right.
And you realize they're doing shtick, and nothing turns me off. That is
You got punked.
That is the YouTube equivalent to you want to see a raw piece of video,
exactly,
and you get some guy that's talking about it. Or, for example, you're on a Google or a Yahoo site for news and information, and you've got the failed comedian that comes out there going, "Well, here's what we're going to take a look at today." Now, outside on the Academy Award break, no, I want to see
pure
raw data. At least I do.
It is your job to present the raw data. You don't need someone to cook it for you.
Yeah, and you know, in my case, more than anybody else, or more than other people, we're doing this, and we just want the raw stuff.
Yeah,
we'll
right.
handle all the other driving, and so when you get a list like that, but it just, you know, it's always fascinated me. Gardening of that variety is always fascinating.
And I do
me.
think it's the first time in 766 plus podcasts we've mentioned Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell, and I would say the unkempt garden that would be a Joni Mitchell family.
Probably,
you know?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, or Alanis Morissette.
Right, possibly.
Very possible.
And I think Alanis Morissette may have proven that she is I think, wasn't there a video
At
to
one
that
point?
effect? Yeah.
I don't know if there's a video. I was a big fan of hers growing up.
She did a video where I don't know if that part of her body was
yeah, one of her
exposed,
music videos.
But one of her music videos,
Yeah, I
there
don't
was
think
at
that
least
she-
partial nudity.
Yeah,
in it.
everyone, it was a to-do in the 90s. I remember that.
So
to-do.
Fascinating. This is pre-Florida week on the Mike O'Mara Show as we are getting ready to head down a road, and this is Joni Mitchell right
Yes.
now.
Help me, I think I'm falling. My hair is long.
It's a high
anyway.
note, Mike.
When I get that crazy.
On the show today, I am sort of famous for one night with my daughters, and if you're going to be famous, it's good to be famous around your two little loves of your life.
That's
and,
awesome.
I had me one of those fun, you know, I think I'm a celebrity for a while nights at Verizon Center last night, and my daughters were into it, and they've never been into it, and it was so cool for me to experience that. I'll tell you all about that at the good old hockey game last night. Do you think the Pope is quitting because of age or scandal? We haven't discussed that. I'd be curious to know what everybody thinks, or whether anybody even gives a rat's ass. Oscars World today, baby showers, Todd Moore, etc. Has Rob seen the light on an old queen that's on the Food Network who I've hated for years?
I don't think it's fair to hate him.
Well, you're tipping your hand. A show growth initiative that I'd like to announce today.
Wow.
And we're going to try to do this when we're in Florida, and we're going to ask our listeners to help us. It's an idea that I've had for a long time on how we bolster the numbers of this show, and I'll tell you all about that. And somebody told me that Adam Carolla, stole our bit, Rob.
I heard that as well.
But I immediately thought Adam Carolla has such a huge following and is so connected to showbiz celebrities. I thought when Adam Carolla steals Dueling Michael McDonald's,
wow,
he's probably got Michael McDonald on the show.
And, you know, I heard also that he did a whole thing on Jack Cassidy recently.
Really?
Yes.
What is going on?
Now I'm suspicious.
And I also heard that on yesterday's show, he has a new character named Charlie.
What? Now, wait a minute. Jack Cassidy. Now I'm suspicious.
I will pull that for you. I'll find that and bring
Yes,
it to you
please.
tomorrow.
And find out
That'd be interesting.
if the Dueling Michael McDonald's, are two guys on his show. Because that's just, I mean, if you told me two things that are ours and ours alone, nobody's going to be dumb enough to do Dueling Michael McDonald's, and certainly nobody's going to be so incredibly stupid that they would bring Jack Cassidy back from the dead as a character on their show. It just doesn't make sense.
What is stupider, devoting a large hunk of your show to Jack Cassidy or stealing the idea?
Mark, do some research, and Oscar, you check. You know those
because
people
it's worked
over there.
so well for us.
It's done such gangbusters for us. I have more prepared comedy today. I'm sorry that look, it's that time of year where you're going to get a little prepared comedy, but this was another one from a service that I saw, and it was, I think, 15 total.
Are we going to do he said, she said?
No, it's 15.
Oh my God!
It's look,
time for the War of the Roses.
I test stuff on my wife occasionally. This 15 celebrities you probably don't know are twins.
Really?
Twins fascinate me.
I'll take that. That's not a bit. That's
you like that?
That's general intrigue.
Yeah, that's not,
I like that.
I learned
not
a couple
myself.
and you'll be able to help me fill in the blanks with celebrities. I have no idea who they are.
How come we never get a chance to talk to your twin?
My doppelganger.
Yeah, exactly. Phil O'Mara.
Hey, Budweiser say it ain't so, and the Florida meet and greet. I was talking to Mark before the show. They're being real dicks to us down in Florida.
Dicks.
As far as where we're going to go. So the only thing I will tell you is that our meet and greet will be on Fort Myers Beach next Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes.
We there's a venue they wanted us to go to
8 or earlier.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Be ready.
Maybe even earlier.
Okay.
Wow.
Maybe 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Understood.
Why
No,
not?
I think 7 o'clock is safe.
5:30.
We can get all scrubbed and put our finery on.
Yes, everybody pack
Get
an
ready to
appearance
go out.
shirt.
But it's going to be Fort Myers Beach at a place to be named later because they're all packed this time of year. And so everybody's giving us a hard time. And the one place that Mark went to where they said, yeah, we'd love to have it, they wanted to send us back over the bridge. And they can lick it. They can lick my Irish bag.
Wow. I
Yeah.
love your Irish bag.
It's the spring training effect.
It's spring training.
And spring break, too,
and
right?
spring
That's
break.
what it is.
The beach, you'd be surprised, does not have as much to do with spring training as you would think.
Drinking.
I mean, it's really just people that, and what I tell people in South Florida is that spring break begins in mid-February and continues through almost the end of April. That's how long that people just have different vacations. You got
And this time of year, packed with radio shows. just
It's
jam.
And
we'll
podcasts,
We'll be
yeah.
on Radio Row.
That's right.
We'll be on Radio Row down there.
We'll be right next to the Fabulous Sports Babe.
Wednesday, Fort Myers Beach, 7 o'clock. Be listening for when we announce the location, and that could be as early as tomorrow.
Yes.
It could be as late as when we get down there.
Right.
No, I don't want
But
to
just
see.
pencil.
It
You know
could
what
be
this is?
Wednesday on the show. No, but
Stay tuned.
Fort Myers Beach, we're going to let you know where it is, and we're going to put it all over the website as well. So if you know people that are traveling to the Gulf Coast of Florida, all the way from Tampa on the way down, if you want to come across from the East Coast,
Please do.
It's 90 minutes to get across Alligator Alley and come see us in Fort Myers Beach. Please do that as well. And we're going to be having Rob's birthday party that's going to be on Wednesday. That is it's not the actual birthday, but it's next Wednesday
It'll
at
be
7
March
o'clock.
3rd, I think.
No. Next Wednesday is March 6th.
March 6th. Forgive me.
So your birthday is the 7th,
It's
right?
the 8th.
It's the 8th.
It falls on the 8th
Yeah,
this
I knew
year.
it was.
And I'll be 42, the same age Elvis was when he died.
All right, Rob's 420 birthday.
Stay off the toilet.
Next Wednesday, Fort Myers Beach. Be aware of that. We're going to do that. And nobody drank Budweiser.
Hey,
Yes, I heard.
I heard that's a rumor.
Yeah.
And by the way, you know what you just did, Mike? You did the radio equivalent. That's a save the date.
Yes.
You're not actually sending out the wedding invitation, but
Right.
save the date.
A week from today.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they're just being, it's typical bars. It's what they do when they don't need us. And because they don't need us, they don't care. They don't. And first of all, not only do they, the reason they don't need us is because they don't have the power of projecting what we do into the future. What I mean by that is if they saw our little banners and our little microphones and we're running around and we're doing that, they'd be clamoring for this show.
Sure, yes.
They'd think it was exciting, but they don't know that because they're and they just don't get. How many people that you've talked to 5 or 6 bars down there, how many of them are like, what? Huh?
Oh, actually, all of them except one because they were familiar with your last appearance when you were there a couple years ago.
That's the Beach Swale, and that's
Right.
probably where we're going to end up going anyway and say screw them.
But you like that place.
I like that place, but I
Screw
want
'em
to go
sideways.
I want to go someplace where there's a little more elbow room. That's tough at the beach,
Yeah, good.
but there's some different joints down there, and give it the old college try
Have a
today.
kegger on the beach.
A kegger, sure.
on the beach. So that's Wednesday. Mark the date. Wednesday, March 6th. We
Yes.
will be there with our meet and greet starting at 7 o'clock in the evening, and looking forward to that. So just imagine my shock when I saw Budweiser. Oh my God! Accused of watering
My
down
brand.
their beer.
Wow. How could you tell?
Budweiser is your beer.
Yeah, it is. That's my favorite flavor. Budweiser and Michelob, both.
I've never
favorite
seen
flavors.
you pound a lot of Budweiser.
No, I'm not a big beer drinker, but my
Right.
beers of choice are Bud and Michelob.
Actually, for the big domestics, Budweiser I think tastes better than any Miller product.
I like it.
Bite
no,
your
I love
tongue.
Miller
Bite
Lite.
your tongue. I am a Miller High Life drinker.
A High Life?
I'm a Miller High Life and a Miller Light drinker.
Miller Lite is just.
Let me just tell you, I would like to list, just in case you have a pen and paper out,
Jot
you know
these
that I
down.
like my beer. I'm an Irishman. I will list my favorite beers. All right?
Okay, go.
There is Michelob Ultra. As far as the Anheuser-Busch family is concerned.
Drink 30 of those.
Why do you go?
That's
no
horrible.
big deal.
I
love
drank that for years.
You know what?
awesome.
I'd rather be sober.
You
No,
are
you wouldn't.
such
Liar.
a beer. You are so set in your ways, and you're not. How many Michelob Ultras have you even had?
Enough to know that it has an
I
underlying
like
flavor
it.
of ash. That's
not-
ASH, by the way.
It's not as horrible as Beck's.
No, it's not.
Oh, Beck's.
All right, go ahead and just underscore your ignorance
I
because
like-
you're wrong.
I like Michelob Ultra.
Uh-huh.
I like Miller Lite.
Too watery.
I like Boddington's Ale.
Not had it. I bet
I
it's
like
excellent.
Guinness.
Yes.
Too
We agree.
thick.
Those are probably the ones that you'll see me with.
Your go-tos?
If you don't. Those are my go-tos. Miller Lite really is a go-to for me. That's what I enjoy. I try to avoid it, but I certainly enjoy the flavor of Stella Artois.
Yes, but be careful.
This is
Stella
one
Artois can get me in trouble.
we overlap on that one. I think Stella is a great beer. Where do you line up on Stella?
I think I can best describe my relationship with Stella Artois by a little playlet. Rob, I've just finished my 4th Stella Artois.
Okay.
And you come in and say something to me. I'm drinking my Stella Artois.
Hi, Mike. How's your evening going?
What's that supposed to mean?
Good night.
Thank you very much. He got it. He knew how to do that.
But
That's
when,
great.
when I met you, you were drinking a lot of Amstel Light. Do you ever touch that anymore?
No,
That's my favorite.
I don't do that anymore. I don't go for the Amstel.
I think you kind of like pick your brand. Eventually, you'll become a Coke or Pepsi guy at times, and
Yeah.
and you'll decide what you have unless they just offer Pepsi or just offer Coke.
And I now I'm on Miller Lite, but I've switched. For a long time I was a Michelob. I have never been a Bud Light guy.
I used to be a Bud Light guy,
No.
and I will be when it's offered. You know?
I've learned the differences. I've learned why I like what I like and don't like what I don't. Beers lean toward either hops, which, by the way, the hops plant is amazingly similar to marijuana, and that's the one I don't like.
You don't like hoppy beers?
No, I find them a little bit bitter.
Right.
I like malty beers like the Budweiser line of products.
Well, what are you hopped up on now?
Life.
Have a hoppy day.
Love and life,
Is
Mike.
Beck's a hoppy beer?
No, it's not.
It's a yeasty beer.
It is. It's a malty beer. You see,
Malty.
That's your
not-
Coke
I
and
say, I
Pepsi.
say you
But
say
it
malty.
is-
I say yeasty.
but it is bitter. The thing about the hoppy beers, they taste flowery. Like there's definitely a floral essence to them.
Don't
But
like
the
that.
scandal
Matt
right now.
Blum, you're a beer guy, right? So what are we missing about as far as that goes?
No, I mean you got it right. Anything hoppy is going to be very floral and bitter.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's what
Coke and Pepsi.
I used to think I liked hoppy beers, but now I'm thinking maybe I don't. I don't like
You want a
wheat.
smoother?
I don't like ales and weedy type of thing.
You like pilsners?
Like I'm not a Sam Adams fan.
No.
I don't. That's not. And a lot of people.
the right
because
time
of
of year, you could go.
Well, the
for
thing
Sam
about
Adams.
Sam Adams is they killed our industry, so I always have been sort of anti them.
Yeah, because that was Sex for Sam in
It
the
was.
church with Opie and Anthony.
I have
wow.
not touched a
it's
Sam
not Jim
Adams.
Cook's fault though.
No,
it's not.
No.
I thought it was Janet Jackson's fault.
No, there's several things at play.
There's several things to play.
What we're talking about, I really should make it clear
Please.
to everybody here that beer lovers across the U.S. have accused Anheuser-Busch of watering down its Budweiser, Michelob, and other brands in a class action suit seeking millions in damages. The suits filed in Pennsylvania, California, and other states claim consumers have been cheated out of the alcohol content stated on the labels. Budweiser and Michelob each boast of being 5% alcohol, while some light versions are said to be just over 4%. The lawsuits are based on information from former employees
Oh, really?
at the company's 13 U.S. breweries. There's your problem with 13 U.S. breweries, and they're massive.
Yep.
And they
We're down to two companies control all the beer.
yeah, and they churn this stuff out, and I think you're going to come out. You're going to find out there's going to be a settlement out of court because I believe they probably do this.
So you could probably put in for some of that, right?
I definitely could do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I got one. You know what I have right now?
What?
I have a class action suit that I'm actually going to
Oh, I
send
remember.
in.
Yeah, I
Really?
saw
You remember
this.
what came into my house
Yeah, I
last
did.
week? A class action suit, and this one is far along because it's just put down your name and address, and apparently they're
collect your
ready
$30.
Let the checks roll
collect
in.
my $30 for the Ab Roller Plus.
And remember, you demoed that on this show.
And I have already sold it at a yard sale.
That's right. It's pure profit.
So technically, if I collect from the class action suit, do I owe, Juan Morales down the street my, the money he paid me, the $2.50 he paid for the
that was a
Ab Roller?
cash transaction.
I remember after the yard sale, he came back. He says, "I am not losing weight or something."
There we go.
Remember when you bought that? That was so embarrassing.
You made girl demo it.
Well, that was great, but I'm talking about when Mike was like, "I'm going to get on this," and I'm
I
like,
know,
"No, you're not."
and then I hurt myself. It was very embarrassing.
Where do you weigh in on Yingling beer?
Yingling?
Oh, I used to drink some Yingling.
I love Yingling.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's great is we're a week from today. We're going to be enjoying all this. We'll have the Great Beer Challenge.
That's
Great.
good.
There's nothing better than mixing a lot of beers.
It'll be fantastic. Well, I don't think that hurts you that bad, does it?
I tend to dance with the girl I came with. Yeah,
Really?
I like to stick to one all night.
Well, you never dance with girls anyway, so that'll be fun.
What do you know?
It'll be cool. We're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, more fun and more thrills. We got Oscar's World. Want to find out about his wedding baby shower. Actually, baby shower, not wedding shower, right?
Yeah, well, no, it was a co-ed baby shower.
You see, babies shouldn't be getting married anyway.
No.
Yeah, with lots of nudity. Anyway, we'll take a break and come right back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Yeah.
The low rider. The low rider.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Again last night, I got a great deal on my Score Big tickets to take my beautiful daughters to the hockey game. Yes, I am a passionate hockey fan, and there is nothing like seeing NBA, NHL, or college games live. Or maybe live.
Thank you. I love that new mic.
Or maybe you want to take the family to see some Disney on Ice.
That's more my speed, Mike.
Sesame Street Live.
I hope to see all the princesses.
Or Cirque du Soleil.
Well, you know what? It's expensive to take a whole family to an event like that, and that's what the kids want to see.
Almost prohibitive, yeah.
Whatever you want to see, your first stop is scorebig.com. You'll save up to 60% on the best tickets here and across the country. 60%! Every ticket on Scorebig is below box office price, guaranteed. Never any fees, no matter what you want to see. Go to scorebig.com, enter that wonderful code TMOS, and you get an extra $30 off on your first order. That's on top of your up to 60% savings. Stop wasting your money.
Stop it.
Yeah,
and go
Mike.
to Scorebig and use our code TMOS. So, Oscar's World. I'll tell you all about, if I don't get to it today, I'll talk about it tomorrow, my wonderful night at Verizon Center with, a little celebrity treatment, which was fun.
Wow, nice.
I needed it.
Was
last
it
night.
planned?
No, it was spontaneous, bumping into people that listen to the show. But before we do that, we've been trying to get to it all week long. It's Oscar's World. That's
burn
right.
this tape.
Yep. Oscar's World.
Gotta break that iPad.
La 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 la.
Gotta do something.
Oscar's World.
One day he's gonna go to it and it'll just be magically gone.
Now this isn't just the baby shower, but this is
can I actually-
your wonderful life.
Can I shill quickly?
Shill away.
Yeah, I you can follow me at Twitter at Oscar Radio. I like to hit,
Like I do.
I like to hit 10,000 followers. I'm at 8,000. I've been hovering there for I want to say about 5 years.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Should we all tweet more? Should we be more tweet friendly?
You should, but it's a hassle.
Yeah,
Mike.
it is.
It
Is
is
it
such
really?
a hassle.
Mike, what I could do for you is set up something when you post to Facebook, it will go to Twitter as well.
Really?
I'd love that.
You should do that.
I'd love that.
Yeah,
Can you do that
you
for
should
me?
do that.
I want that too.
Okay.
But more
And Buzz
importantly,
needs a lozenge.
Yes.
today is I've got two big birthdays. One is my sister's birthday. Happy birthday to Tatiana. She is she's all of 30 years old, I'm sure.
Wow.
She looks beautiful. She's one of my best friends. She's
We
my
met
older
her,
sister.
Is she
She's
the
great.
sister
yes.
we met at the Hofbrau house?
Yes,
She's
absolutely.
a knockout.
Not only is Tatiana beautiful, but she's got a gorgeous family and very nice, and they came out and supported us on our road trip to Iowa.
Right.
We really had a great time with them.
Speaking of gorgeous, today is Shannon's birthday.
No.
Hey!
Happy birthday, Shannon.
That is incredible. I didn't know that.
So if you animals are out there, I don't know what her security preferences are on her Facebook, but I like to do a little bit with the show.
Yes.
Find her on Facebook and wish her a happy birthday.
Oh, absolutely.
Shannon Cady, C-A-D-Y.
I'm going to be the first.
And
Shannon
if you can
Cady.
get on her wall, I don't know if you can.
Mike, you'll be
I'd like
the
you to
second.
attempt to do so.
Oh, did
No,
you do it already?
did you?
Of course.
Because
He
that's
beat-
what
he
you
beat me.
care about.
He beat me.
That's what he's good at.
I know he did a great job.
So
I'm sure.
it's not putting any money in my pocket, is it?
You're right, but
I
did it first.
well, it's her birthday.
Right.
And in true Shannon fashion, I asked
I'm not
her,
even looking at him.
I asked her.
I know he's looking at me right
I
now.
asked
Hey,
her.
Mike.
Yeah, shut up, bro.
How you doing?
I asked her what she wanted for her birthday, and she said, "I'd just like to go out to dinner or something simple."
How nice.
Which is nice, a nice change of pace in my life, and I
Dear Shannon,
want to let her know I love her very much, and I hope she has a great birthday.
to me.
So that's what I
know
get.
you are in love, allegedly, with him.
Him.
Who's
one of them?
That guy.
I
What
believe.
we gonna do?
That brown
about
guy.
him?
I don't think we have ever had a bad time.
Now you guys
together.
You guys get along swimmingly.
I wonder if you would consider I hate it when it ends at the relation. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding around. So, any big plans for the? That's Oscar's world. Screw the baby shower.
Yeah.
You got any big birthday plans for you and Shannon?
Well, she's going off to New York to see her girlfriends this weekend, and we're leaving for Florida. So we'll have to celebrate when we get back tonight.
Oh, it's birthdays apart.
Yeah, she's going back to school, so we're not really going to have that much time together. But I've got something special and private planned before we leave.
And good luck, Shannon, with the GED. We're very excited.
Yeah, she's
for
almost
you.
at her GED.
Hey,
She's almost got
I
it.
have something private planned. Look, I've decorated my. All right.
No.
No. You know,
but-
it would be a lovely gift for her, Oscar.
What's that?
Is some candy.
Because birthdays normally involve, gifts of any stripe, and of course, there's jewelry.
Sure. There's also you could get her a fur,
You could get her a new dress or some clothing of some kind.
maybe a gift card to one of her favorite department stores.
If you're a man of means, I am even aware of the fact that men have given lady cars on their birthday.
But sometimes simple is better.
Yes, simple that does not involve trips or cars or minks or anything of that nature.
Maybe you could get her something edible.
Something like a fine confection.
Maybe like some candy.
Candy that comes in round shapes.
What kind of candy?
Lifesavers.
What flavor?
Peppermint.
Wintergreen
and traditional 5 flavor.
Shannon in the morning.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, so it is her birthday, and
it just got happy.
As far as the co-ed baby shower, it actually made me think of your baby shower, which I imagine is when do girls have this? A couple months before?
I know that Carla's mom is putting it together,
Yes.
and I think I want to say May.
May.
I'm getting May.
That's
I think
good.
May
A
is
couple
when
months
that's
from
gonna-
now.
Yeah,
that means you
exactly.
got to start registering.
Now there's a couple. Yeah, there's a
Oh,
couple.
believe me, Mrs. O'Mara has made that request.
Yeah, I bet.
We will do that.
Can
you
I
know.
make an Amazon registration page on our website?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm taking it. Listen, I'm
Taking the next level.
I'm being the whore of whores. I don't care. There's nothing that's going to be in this house that I'm
Yeah.
paying for.
That's
period.
good.
Well,
That's good.
'cause
listen
he's-
up, Ben Levin, Trip Affleck,
Because in true Fantana
David Smolar.
fashion, I went to the registry before we went to the event, and everything was sold out. They had filled the registry.
Really?
Yeah, and I said,
Great
well,
problem to have.
I said, well, I'm gonna have to go find something that's off the map, off the
This
list.
is. I'm about to do something really horrible now.
Go ahead.
When you said sold out, my mind worked so quickly that as soon as you said sold out, I went, well, that's going to probably happen to Carla with the baby shower. If this is just a regular shower and it's sold out, then Carla, if we do it and open it up to the public, it's going to be sold out.
Imagine.
So let me just say, if Mark does register us on Amazon and you simply can't find any baby gifts for Carla, you just might want to move on to gifts for me.
I think that's nice.
Gifts for the dad that needs some alone time.
That's a first.
You know, Mike, I very seldom.
That's the most. I'm in trouble for
yeah,
what I just
that is
did.
a first.
Rightly so.
I have never seen.
Rob, give me. You call women this all the time. Lay one. Thank you very much.
I
That
very
is-
seldom
Wow.
reference the Revolutionary War on this show, Mike, but they said when the Redcoats came, when you shoot, aim high.
Yay.
Aim
But-
very high.
Thank you.
Your personal desires are not nearly as important as how we stock the Encore nursery.
Bingo. Thank you.
Yes.
The Encore nursery.
The Encore nursery.
That's
That's
fantastic.
great.
So you went to your baby shower.
Yeah, and it was nice. It was something different. It was
Kind of a metrosexual, successful, upwardly mobile.
You know some of the people that were there.
Yeah, I know the one guy. Yeah, my buddy Lance was there with his beautiful wife.
We were
Tina.
actually at
Hi.
his home.
Yeah. Oh, you were at Lance and Tina's house.
Yes.
I've never been to Lance and Tina's house. I've
nice
never
stack
been
of
invited.
bricks.
Never their new house. I've been to the. See, I was at their old house,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody invites me to their new house.
Now, when Lance had you in, did you have to take your shoes off because white is the color of our carpet?
No, it was actually a very special environment.
Oh.
No, it wasn't. I
Really?
don't know why I played that.
No
I don't
shoes
know
came
why I
off
played
at this event.
Paper wall.
And they spoke highly of you. They know about the show.
He's
They're
down
fans.
in the den. Yeah.
And
I've done a few auctions for those folks.
I had just thought, I sat there and I said, this would be perfect for Mike because there's nothing. A baby shower really is for the woman, correct?
Yeah, but they've gotten more co-edy over the years.
You get better swag that way.
I'm really thinking whatever that weekend is of the baby shower, that will be a chance for me to maybe go to Atlantic City.
Get away?
Yeah, I think I don't necessarily want, or maybe go to Boston.
Okay.
I'm thinking,
Boston's probably a better bet.
Safer bet.
Yeah.
Safer bet for the show.
Yeah.
Since I've been embezzling the show's funds, it's been very, very difficult for all
Most people, when they go to Boston, don't drive through Charlestown, West Virginia, but MapQuest just took him there.
If you're going to go to Boston, you don't have to drive through Charlestown, not when there's Foxwoods.
Oh, that's right.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that if you don't want to do that, I just thought I'd throw it out there. It's something maybe you'd want to do for the show. And if we're going to go through Amazon and set up a page for you publicly, then I think we've got that taken care of.
Like have a baby shower on the show?
No, that's gay.
And
there's nothing wrong with being gay.
What do you want me to do?
How about a masculine daddy shower on the show?
And may your first child be a masculine
No, we don't have
child.
to go. We don't have to go Modern Family on our audience.
What do you want me to do? What are you asking me to do?
What I'm saying is, would you consider doing somewhat of like what we did for your yard sale?
Yeah.
We actually picked the items for you, and we can pick them off Amazon that you would want, but secretly they're supposed to be for your child.
Oh, my God. Here's the problem with that. I think that Mrs. O'Mara would want to be involved in that. But you know what?
But this is your show.
But the tension,
strong hand, Mike,
and the fun of that.
Right,
First of all, we're talking about things that are going to benefit us ultimately.
Yes.
Right.
I'm not going to pick out crap.
Yeah.
Okay, but the fact is, she'll get mad at me because she wasn't involved in it. But you know what? That'll be my gift to her.
Well, yeah, this is on top of what.
Yeah, it can be an addition. There can be two ways to score big.
Look,
two big ways to
win big. It could be
big.
her initial registry for the baby shower, which you know that all of us are happy about and we want to be a part of.
I think what comes to mind, what baby is going to enjoy his life without a nice lawn to play in.
Yeah,
and what better way to set up a lawn than with a beautiful riding lawnmower.
That's true.
That's right.
And you know there will be no snow on the walkways for this child. What with the snowblower already?
So you had a good time?
I had a good time.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back to discuss this more on the Mike O'Mara Show. And we're back. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Johnny.
This portion of the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by Matt Bloom.
Hey, it's Matt Bloom.
No, it's not. It's brought to you by Vistaprint.com. Business owners know the importance of networking. We talk about Vistaprint and their business cards, but all of your printing needs can be fulfilled with Vistaprint.
Yes.
But what we like to tell you about is that amazing deal, and we hope you're taking advantage of it. 250 business cards for just $10. You cannot beat that on any other website with any other printing company. It just can't happen because they're so big and they're so detailed. They provide you
fast
with top quality business cards. And I'm not big on, ever since I was having lunch with Patrick Bateman up in at Dorsia up in New York. I noticed.
You got a reservation at Dorsia?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's, it was hot last week. It's not hot this week.
I understand.
And he had Bone
Yes.
and Cerulean Braille.
Right.
And I said, where do you get those? He said, well, I've got 250 of them, and I got them at Vistaprint.com.
You know, it's funny you would bring them up earlier because the new stock that they're printing the cards on are actually twice as thick as Matt Bloom.
It's true. And so, a lot of people that know Patrick Bateman, they call him a psycho. And, we went out. He showed me his card. It was great. We went to an ATM, tried to feed the kitty to the ATM, and
saw that.
Just took advantage of our Vistaprint.com cards. I'm sure they're really appreciating this spot. Enter the code. What's that?
It's creative, at least.
Thank you. Enter the code TMOS in the search bar. Satisfaction guaranteed. 250 cards for $10.
Nice.
Go to Vistaprint. So the shower was fun for you. You enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, it's really when you go to these things, I think that you have to be prepared that, one, if they serve booze, it's a plus.
Amen.
Two,
you can handle anything.
Yeah, and they had a nice spread.
What
people
time
were
was
kind.
it? Because my wife just went. I'm sorry, my mom just went to a baby shower that was at 11 a.m.
No, 3 to 6.
Oh, see, that's better because this one was dry and they served a lot of like egg casserole stuff.
You went to a shower?
No, my mom went with Julia.
Well, usually women do this. I mean, this new this evolution of when I saw co-ed, I said this is new. And
two things would make one of these things tolerable for me.
Yeah.
The aforementioned, have a cocktail.
Right.
It's the middle of the day. It's a weekend day. You get to sleep in the next day. Why not? The second theory would be you're talking about a baby shower.
Yeah.
So you're skewing towards the slightly younger demographic in most cases. You're not talking about a bunch of 60s and 50s, and you're talking about women that are probably
unless the father is there.
This is true unless the father's there. Shut up.
Well, my friend is 30. 30, and I think he just turned. It's a similar relation to you and Carla. He just turned 50, so she's 30.
This is what's that?
My friend is 30, and he just turned 50.
So they got a May December like Carl and I did. So this was see, the important thing is the childbearing years for the women. So we're there with the booze. My point is this: with the alcohol factor, the other factor would be candy, and I'm not talking about Shannon candy.
I understand.
I'm talking about candy of the eye.
Visual candy.
Oh, yeah, she had all her girlfriends
because that to me makes a wedding or any social event all the more fun. You know, I, for example, would love to be invited to one of those parties, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
That'd be good
because they look like, not just the skanks that put the Botox in their lips, but you look at some of those long shots at the parties, and they've got a lot of eye candy floating around.
Mike strolls in and says, "Congratulations, I bought you a onesie."
Hi, how are you? Yeah, I do a radio show. I'm a friend of Oscar's. Yeah, of course he is thinner than I am. Right. Yeah. Well, he's a good pal. Yeah, no problem. What's your name? Would you like to go for a swim? No,
yes, it's a co-ed
in the
pool
pond
party.
out back.
So how was the eye candy at this?
He has very attractive friends. It was nice. It was more like a family event, though.
And you were there as a guest of the husband?
Well, I know both of them. I know both of them very well, but I went to high school with the bride.
Oh, with the lady?
Yes.
The 30-year-old.
The mother-to-be.
Is he a 50-year-old that's in shape, or is he like me?
He's looks like George Clooney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Is he rich?
He's very successful.
Did you doubt either of those things?
No, of course. Well, that's why. Why do you think Oscar's at the
It
party?
was there.
You think Oscar would go to a baby shower?
Why does he
in
know them in the
Manassas
first place?
for like one of his techs, one of his warehouse workers? Sorry, can't do that. I'm
if
going
I
up to
was
Boston to be
invited,
with my
I'd go.
doctor family. No,
Amazingly,
you're loyal,
the man is not as rich after Oscar left. Somehow Oscar got his money. I don't know how it happened.
Did you find our investor yet?
No, I have not.
Damn it! All right, keep trying. That's the important thing.
Keep going, man.
Anything else in Oscar's world?
I think that's about. I don't know.
Todd Moore, what's the latest with your best
friend? I wanted
friend?
to tell you this off here, but I'll just tell you now.
Okay.
There's nothing like a swift right hook.
Yes.
And I'll be going to China in April for a week.
You're going to China.
Yes.
Is that going to be your vacation?
Yeah, it'll be my week vacation.
You're going to China in April?
Yes.
Why?
You can't dig there.
Well,
what are you doing in China?
Todd and I are starting a venture. We're starting a venture together.
Really?
Yeah, and
he's always thinking. This guy always thinking.
Always.
And it's a good opportunity.
411.
Yeah.
Can you tip your hand? Are you going over to see manufacturing sites?
Yes.
Really?
We actually are.
No.
You're going to China with Todd Moore. Is anybody else going with you, or is it just
We're
you
going
two?
with a larger delegation, but the opportunity presented itself for us to go with the delegation.
Wow.
To go with the translator. To go with someone that's going to show us the lay of the land, so we couldn't pass it up.
You are. Is there any chance at all that we could get reports from China?
If
like a phone call.
If I could break through, I think Skype has been unleashed there finally.
Okay.
You can use that.
We'll give it a try.
But there's no reason why that wouldn't be possible. At least a try.
The new app is White Rice Noise.
That's right. Oh, stop.
And by the way, I don't want you to get your
Stop
hopes
it.
up because I've been doing a lot of reading, and apparently the wall over there, not that great.
Well, I'd like to see the Great Wall as well. It'd be nice.
Well, if you go to China, are you going to Beijing?
I think we're going. It starts with an. I can't even try to pronounce it.
When did this come up?
Well, we've been talking about it for at least 3 or 4 months, and we finally got the green light from the delegation, and they said, look, this is what it's going to cost, this is what it's going to take, and this is what we have to offer, and we got to take advantage. And what's great about this is I won't just be able to look into our private venture with Todd and I, but I can also look for products for the Tmos family.
That's good.
And all the other shows I'm involved with to actually merchandise.
This is a great cover story, but I think we really, when you get down to the bottom of it, good luck, Todd, in finding a wife.
Which is the real reason for the trip.
And it's going to be a quick turnaround because it looks like it's only going to be like 6 or 7 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, for your sake, it better be. All right, there you go.
Unless there's any international complications.
So that's the
You
latest.
got a job here now.
That is
you
the
know.
latest breaking news.
That's exciting.
That is my
and-
week's vacation.
And there, it's just called food.
Yeah.
That's what I understand.
I'm excited to go though.
Well, have you ever been to Asia at all?
No.
It's exciting. My brother-in-law's been over there a bunch of times, and
I'm envious. It sounds great.
No, I'm not. I'm jealous.
Why are you jealous?
Because I'm jealous. Because you said the other day you're not a jealous person.
Yes,
I'm the opposite.
Oh, I think everyone else in this room couldn't be any more jealous. We're uber jealous.
No, I wish if he was going someplace fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
what about if is there a casino there?
Well, probably in Shanghai.
Yeah, you could play Pango poker.
I'm just curious about what the venture is. So it's something technical.
There's two facets to it. One is strictly online, and the other is technical. Yeah.
If you
Hardware.
hit big,
So
I know
you could have
you're-
just said yes.
You are always trying to mine for gold, and if you hit big, just throw some our way, okay? Because we need the help.
Yeah.
We need the help.
I'm not going anywhere.
We truly do. We need the help. I'm ready to go on the street and beg.
You said
I'm really ready to go on the street and beg.
You spoke of a plan. You have a plan, an idea, a proposal?
That is a beautiful, absolutely one of the most helpful,
seem timely,
perfect segue
nudges towards a segue that I have ever experienced from you, Mr. Burbank, and I am eternally grateful.
I found a nut.
A thought that has been in my mind, and I will tell you the story of last night at Verizon because it's very brief and it segues into this idea that you brought up. I'm with my daughters, and my daughters are 15 and 17, and for the first time, I got the impression last night that they kind of dig that people like what their father does. And I was very thrilled. We got out of the car down at that place where you and I went last week.
Yeah.
And
top secret parking.
The top secret parking. And we get out.
Did it work out?
It did.
Nice.
And we get out, and as soon as I am on the street walking into this restaurant, a lady comes by and goes, "Oh, my God." And, I mean, really gives me the full...
And then do you start immediately? Do you run?
I run like I'm like a little girl. And she goes, "Oh, my God, Mike O'Mara." And I just, it's so cute when people do that to me.
It's wonderful,
and
really.
to still be able to get that from
That's
somebody
awesome.
is an amazing, and what I think everybody should know for most of us, that's a tremendous thrill for us. And my daughters are standing right next to me, and I see they get the little twinkle in their eye, and they get little... Say, "Oh my
Pride.
God!" It's like I don't want to be. I'm an Uber fan, but I don't want. I love your podcast. It's fantastic. I wanted to say I don't want to gush. I'm embarrassed. I said, "You're not gushing. What's your name?" And I get her name.
Right.
And I said, "And this is my daughter Catherine and my daughter Elizabeth." She goes, "Oh my God, you're gorgeous. I've gone too far." And she rushes into the restaurant.
Oh my God.
It's the last I see of her. That's the last, and that's the beginning of
As
our
a hit and run.
That's the beginning of
nice.
our evening.
That's awesome.
And really, when she runs away
Yes.
and you look at your girls,
Yeah, she was so cute.
what do you get from your girls after that?
They just like they loved it.
Yeah.
And I have
Beaming
been
with
with
pride.
them. I have been with them when I had TV commercials out there, and I was much more recognizable than I am now with doing this show out of my sewer basement. The fact is, I'm sitting here and so they get a little twinkle. And I said, "Hey, they kind of really dug that. That was a fun experience with them." So don't think anything of it.
Right.
We go in. We have a wonderful time. They have now suddenly gotten into hockey. They love going to the game. They
For real?
arrived.
That's
They arrived
cool.
here after school yesterday. They were so thrilled, so excited to be
That's
going.
cool.
I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. It's just, it makes my heart sing that I've planned this little outing for us in the middle of the week, and they dig it, and I loved every minute of it.
As a dad, does it still flip you that they can drive themselves over here?
No, not really. I just
Really, you're used to that
because
now?
Rob, I think it's because I'm the part-time dad. It is so convenient for me
Okay.
that I say, "Come to Daddy's house after school is over," and they drive out, and then we drive into DC together, and so we have a wonderful dinner with just lots of laughs. Their full-time activity.
Yeah.
You guys found that out in Maine is busting dad's chops.
Breaking
Yes.
balls.
And they're very
That's-
good at it.
That's what they do, and just laughs and laughs and laughs. And
that's
I'm
great.
sitting there. I've got a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old. You read the stories about parents that are supposed to be at absolute war with their children.
Yeah, the
and
worst time.
and with my new marriage, I have entered the new baby into the mix, which that can cause tension. And I mean, we're walking, talking Modern Family. We really are.
that's great.
And I'm having just an incredible time. And I love them so much. And we get done with dinner. And we go into the venue and we sit down. And we're getting our tickets. We get there super early. The girls, you would normally 15 and 17-year-old. You're there like an hour before the game's going to start, and they're like, "Why are we here so early?"
Come
they're
on,
not.
Dad.
We're laughing and they're into it,
Into
and
all
they're
of it.
talking about hockey, and they're talking about school, and they're talking about their new job at their restaurant. I'm just digging every fraction of a second I have with my daughters. And then the venue fills up, and the game starts. And as the game starts, a guy comes walking in literally at the moment the puck is dropped. And, he's king douche. And you know how I feel about that type of thing, where you just want to scream others.
Hey, this is Eric Ronick from Black Gold.
Was it?
Guy walks in,
Sang the
and
national anthem.
stands up, makes everybody in the row stand up at the beginning of the game. Worst possible timing.
Right.
And then sees his friend, and this guy pulls this move, and he goes, and does a little dance move.
Right.
And the guy in the row in back of me goes, yeah, we know we know it's all about you. Sit down. And I'm like,
nice!
and I go top of my lungs. I go, amen. And my daughters smile because there's somebody finally that they're sitting in a section with that's doing what their dad does.
Right, that's great.
And he was a young guy, and so I like this guy immediately. We had a little brief exchange, and then I turned back and said something to him, and the guy literally, this is his quote to me, he goes, has anyone ever told you that you look like Mike O'Mara? Wow. And I said to the guy, I guess Catherine loved this response. I said, occasionally.
Now, was he jerking your chain?
No, because
he really didn't know.
Because then he followed up and said, are you Mike O'Mara? I said, yeah, I am. And he said, oh my God, fan. Now,
Again.
That's neat.
that was very cool. I'll get back to this in a second. Because
Okay.
after what he said, it got to me. Then they do a They do a segment at the hockey game.
The curtain comes up.
Where they honor a veteran. They honor a military person.
Right.
And in the corner, they give a tribute. Everybody stands up. It's a great thing. They support the troops, and they give a local guy that's served his country and served in Iraq or Afghanistan a standing ovation. And after that, Rod Langway shakes their hand and said, and now here's and gives them a prize. The Secretary of Defense, the greatest defenseman in the history of the Washington Capitals, Rod Langway, who was a buddy of mine, and it's all the way across on the other side. And I tell the girls, I said, see that jersey? See that retired number up there? That's Rod Langway. He was at your mommy and daddy's wedding. He's a buddy of your dad. And they said, oh, they're kind of into it. And they ask a few questions about that. We go out in between periods, and we're walking around over by where the souvenirs are, and I see Rod coming out, and he's obviously leaving.
Wonderful.
And, he's done his little PR job for the night, and he's leaving, and I see him, and we do the whole big bear hug on the concourse, and hey, how's it going, like that. And my daughters were just totally into that, too. It was like an old friend of mine, Norris Trophy winner, famous. I mean, he was Ovechkin before
cool.
Ovechkin was Ovechkin.
And the amazing thing is a crowd had gathered, and these are hockey fans, and they said, who is that with Mike O'Mara?
Who's the fat guy hugging Rod Langway? And Rod had a great line that I posted on Facebook. He said, hey, and he's got that Massachusetts accent.
Right.
He said, hey, your father had one time your father came on my boat, and we didn't come back for 4 days. And it was just, it was fun. And just that kind of night. It was one of those kind of nights where
great.
I floated into my house. But the guy that said, has anyone ever told you? No, we did not smoke marijuana.
Well, that's what I thought. If you
The guy who told me that, are you Mike O'Mara? And he said, I say occasionally. He said, no, I really am. He was a big fan during the WJFK days.
Right.
And he does not know where we
are.
are.
I know.
Now.
You're kidding.
And I
This
thought,
kills us all
I'm
the
not
time.
kidding.
This kills us all the time.
I hope
I'm
you
sitting
told
there.
him.
What I'm committing to the listeners of this show, the survivability of what we do, I am here to tell you personally. I'm getting off my ass. Everybody that works for me is going to get off their ass, or I'm not going to do this show anymore. Because I am not satisfied with my entire operation as far as how we market our show, because we don't. We sit on our hands. We rely on the same friends that we've relied on. We don't get smaller, but we don't get bigger fast enough. And I know that this guy who said he listened to me from when he was in 8th grade, and that I was the best thing on that radio station, and he loved it. And I am just saying that we need to enlist the help of the people that listen to this show, and we also have to get the word out about this show.
Amen.
We get all of your messages about how passionate you are about this show, and I'm here to tell you that the survivability of this show relies on you spreading the word.
We have to grow.
We don't tell you enough how important it is. This is a solitary activity. We know you put your earbuds in. We know you listen on your treadmill. We know you stockpile the show on long trips and listen to 8 hours, and that's what you enjoy. I'm here to tell you the only way we can do it. We've tried to put little signs up on metro stops.
did.
We have tried
Spent
to
a
do this,
fortune.
but we know because you give us tremendous feedback of how much you enjoy the show. But what we need to do, I have had my last conversation with somebody that says, what are you doing now?
I know.
And we are out there, and we are doing this show each and every day, and I'm telling you, it's not thick enough. I worked too hard putting this show on and putting this thing together to just have us flatline. And I'm here and saying this to you folks because, yes, 17.5 downloads is stupendous. It's great. But you know what? If you compare it to a guy like Adam Carolla out in Los Angeles, it's an hour of his work. And we are good enough. I think, and I may be egotistical here, I think this is the best show that's on the internet right now. And the challenge is for everybody to get the word out.
To share it.
That's why next week it's going to be our listener initiative. That's where I want everybody that listens to this show not only to tell somebody that they know, that they enjoy the company of, that shares their sense of humor, to listen to this show. We need to get the word out. And we can't do it with this show alone. That's been demonstrated. We really can't. I mean, to be honest, all the guys in here, and I'm talking about Mike and Rob and Oscar and Buzz and Mark, we can do a better job because we all have, we all have our different things that we do. We need to do our very best. I'm committing to you, we're going to make more of an effort to get more people to come to this party. And at the same time, I'm imploring all of you that tell us how much you enjoy the show and how much it means to you. If you don't want it to go away, you got to make it grow. You have to make it bigger. And one of the things that's great about this show as opposed to doing radio is the fact that the show does not shrink. The show actually creeps and gets bigger. I'm amazed that we don't lose listenership. Well, the reason for that is because once you get hooked, you're hooked on this thing. And I just want it to grow. So what we're going to do, a show growth initiative next week in Florida, get 2 friends to listen and then tell us about it.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, love it.
Tell us about it. You're not getting any prizes for this either. We just want you to support the show and pass the word on about this show because that is the passion that I had from this young man who sat in next to me, and he had no idea that we have done as many shows as we have done.
And there are so many people like him.
Right.
And other people who've never heard the show who would enjoy it.
And I commit to you that I am in this thing for the long haul, that I'm going to do this. I'm going to do whatever I can to make this show succeed and continue to succeed.
We have to grow.
Have we been successful? You know what we have been? We have gotten by. I personally have gotten by, and it's not good enough. I am initiating with my own staff here for all of you. And I look at you, and I look at you, and I look at you, and I look at you. And Matt, you can be in on this too.
You want to help?
God knows you've helped us a hell of a lot. And so I'll look at you too. I'm here to tell you, we're all renewing our efforts to make this show bigger and better because it's fantastic and more people have to know about it. And I'm not just talking about advertisers. I'm talking about everybody. Stop taking it for granted because when you take something for granted, it might not be around forever.
Hear, hear.
That's the end of the lecture.
Amen.
And thanks to everybody that's supported us. Continue to support us, and we'll tell you more about our Listener Growth Initiative next week from sunny Florida. We'll be right back.
In Llama Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you.
Are we back? We're back. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. That felt so good. I needed that. That's my psychotherapy. Last segment, I just had to. You take a positive and then you turn it into a negative. It's a great Irish thing.
Don't get
to do.
happy. I was
going to say.
This segment of the program, Rob's Magic Audio Vault, is brought to you by Warby Parker. We tell you about Warby Parker because they give you glasses at $95 when the other stores can charge you up to $400, $500, $600. And Warby Parker is the place to go if you want your fashion-forward glasses and sunglasses. Go to warbyparker.com, select your 5 favorites, and get even faster free shipping with the code TMOS. Try them for 5 days. Keep your favorites and send the rest back again with free shipping. We've all ordered glasses and sunglasses from our friends at Warby Parker. You should too. Details at warbyparker.com and use the code TMOS to get fast free shipping. And we thank you in advance, everybody. Let's open up the audio vault for today. This is Wednesday, Feb 27, 2013.
I want to start the vault today, Mike, with the 911 call of the week.
Okay.
And you know what? So often this call goes to someone who's thirsty. You know how Budweiser's watering their beer down?
Yeah, it's the big scandal, Rob.
Yeah, I don't think this guy was having any watered down beer when he called 911 8 times in 90 minutes.
Well then.
Wow.
He wanted cheeseburgers.
Hey, do you have emergency, sir? Because you dialed 911.
I dialed 911.
Yeah, you dialed 911.
Right.
Okay, so what did you call 911 for then? What did you need? Do you have emergency?
A cheeseburger.
Have a good day.
Oh.
911 emergency?
Yes. I just trusted you. You just hung up on me.
Well, I asked if you had emergency. You said no, you needed a cheeseburger, so we don't take cheeseburger orders.
That's right. Special orders don't upset us, Mike.
So they don't take.
No, they don't. Just so we know.
Do you think that this could have possibly been an accident? Do you think maybe he meant to dial 411 and then just was hitting speed dial?
Well, no, you can't hit 411 for a cheeseburger either.
Well, maybe he was going to call to find a number to a place.
No, I think he's just drunk.
My question is it a jailable offense? Can you get locked up for that?
I think you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Funny.
They'll show up at your house, put you in cuffs.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, it scares me that Senator John Kerry, now Secretary of State John Kerry, came in second in a presidential election.
Right.
Because he was just in Berlin, and he was addressing a bunch of people about the freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of expression in America.
I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, I know. And this is what he chose to tell the people of Berlin about America.
I mean, some people have sometimes wondered about why our Supreme Court allows one group or another to march in a parade, even though it's the most provocative thing in the world, and they carry signs that are an insult to one group or another. And the reason is that's freedom of speech. In America, you have a right to be stupid if you want to be.
Thanks.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind it.
You don't?
Okay, no, I got to say, I was waiting for something really egregious.
Well, one more time.
He's absolutely right.
In America, you have a right to be stupid.
You do.
It's so true, though.
But do you want the
Secretary
Secretary of State going to a foreign nation and saying that?
I think it's not. It doesn't bother me as much, maybe, as it bothers
Everybody
you.
knows it's true.
But you don't need to say it.
If he was speaking, Jesus,
in America, you have a right to have a lozenge.
Yeah, if he was speaking anywhere but Berlin, Rob would not have a problem.
It's not that. It is not that. I swear that doesn't enter into
Here it is. I am not a fan of John Kerry. You know that.
Yeah.
I don't like John Kerry. I really don't. I think John Kerry had an opportunity to win the White House and was just such a poor public speaker that he didn't deliver. So I didn't. I remember when they were prepping Barack Obama for the debates and they were using John Kerry to play the role of Mitt Romney. I said, that'll work.
You worried?
And it ended up working. It ended up working.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think it's as bad.
Eventually.
My favorite part, and I didn't pull it because it's actually a long piece, is when the German guy introduces it. Secretary of State John Kerry.
John Kerry.
Is it John Kerry coming out?
I really thought when you said Berlin and John Kerry, we were going to get some Nazi fun there.
Yeah, I heard marching, and I was like, well, here we go.
Fingers crossed. I know, Mike, this is like all your favorite politicians today. John Boehner is a shock jock. Mm-hmm. Did you hear him talk about? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Here's John Boehner.
We have moved a bill in the House twice. We should not have to move a third bill before the Senate gets off their ass and begins to do something.
See, now he's a regular guy like you.
You're listening.
Tough guy.
You're listening to a man who, at the end of the day, won't even be a speck in history. He will not even be. If he continues this, because all he is petty and small and obstructionist and really, and then he pisses his own party off and then he caves into them.
And then he cries.
And I think really to a certain extent, at the end of 4 years, Barack Obama will be remembered as the first African-American president to be elected. But I'd sure like to see him remembered for more than that.
I agree.
And the way it's going now, that ain't going to happen.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's really terrible, this he said, she said crap. And they better get off their asses legitimately and do something, or I talked about it yesterday.
I think if Boehner says ass, the only really way that he can come out of that is if Barack Obama says balls. And it will escalate from there.
Your move, Mr. President.
Yeah. Do you have something to drink?
Do I?
You might want to take a
beverage?
sip, because did you know Senator Marco Rubio, who
Just
turns
my
out
watered down Budweiser.
Senator Marco Rubio turns out not Italian, turns out.
Yeah, he's Hispanic, Rob.
But he also loves hip hop. Did you know that?
Oh, great. Good for him.
They asked him about it. Listen.
Lil Wayne said he's the next Tupac, the new Tupac. What are your thoughts on that?
Lil Wayne's Lil Wayne, man. I think he's in a beat for the Heat, too, the Miami Heat.
Yeah, Miami, that's right. It's your town.
Yeah.
But as far as him being the new Tupac,
He follows only one Tupac.
does he, what does Tupac have what a lot of the artists don't have these days?
Tupac lived in a different time. He talked about a different. I mean, these guys have some message in what they're saying, but I think they're largely entertainers.
I like that. I like the fact that he's following hip hop.
Was that a TMZ
He's
reporter?
a young guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
They have that TMZ sound to their voice where like, hey, what are you doing? Are you coming out of the store? You going to your car?
Also, TMZ, they've made a very good business keeping in mind that they mic their reporters better than the celebrity.
Yeah.
Why don't they have their microphones on the people that we want to hear?
It's a train wreck, and I watch TMZ, and I cannot stand that announcer. Yeah. It is so...
It's bad.
It is such a culture of mean that now has been completely legitimized and accepted that, these celebrities could be performing a miracle and healing the poor, and you would still get a snarky comment on TMZ because that's their style.
And you know what the weird thing is now in many ways TMZ is considered like the classier organization as opposed to some of the others.
Oh, and Harvey Levin, I just can't wait till you're doddering old. Because you're old now, you're a little older than I am, and when you're doddering old, it's going to be fun to watch.
You like that?
Because he wants.
Will you follow him with a camera?
Harvey Levin's he's like a vampire that sucks the blood out of his young staff, trying to have eternal youth for himself.
You're right,
and that's not going to last very long.
He sucks the blood out of that metal water bottle that he sucks on all the time. It's full of blood.
Well, he's got that. He's got the beverage with the big straw, the big Slurpee cup that he has. That's to make him look youthful.
Is that what it is?
That's what the kids drink out of. He looks ridiculous.
Maybe
the guy's a clown.
Next season, let's get him like a backwards baseball hat. We make him really young.
It's always astonished me, and I said this years ago. Bordering on a decade ago. I wondered why nobody ever poked around Harvey Levin's garbage a little bit.
True enough.
Just to see what that guy's all about.
But when you're
turn the tables on.
When you're a total absolute stain,
yeah.
Maybe he has nothing to hide because all he's done is chase other people.
You never know.
All right. Mike, Billy Bush.
Hey, guys.
Hey, have you ever watched Access Hollywood Live?
Oh, sure.
Sure. They had Richard Simmons on yesterday, and Richard Simmons was at his Richard Simmonsiest. You will hear him in this clip lick a cameraman.
I'm walking down the hallway to my dressing room, and all I can hear...
You know what? I carved this after I saw the life of Pi. I decided it was just a simple piece of wood.
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Richard, sit.
Oh, yeah, careful. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Oh. Just licked the cameraman.
Max, welcome, Max.
Well, thank you.
Welcome.
He doesn't remember feeding me that last pommes frites.
Wow.
Yikes.
Trying a little harder, isn't he?
But the thing that's great
is there anything better than Richard Simmons on Letterman, though?
No.
I mean, that still makes me laugh.
Yeah. But what is even funnier than the nutty Richard Simmons is, and I'm bad for this, but the serious Richard Simmons, Mike.
You're a national treasure, Richard.
Thank you for coming
on.
When you think of how many people are overweight and out of shape, how many people have no self-worth, who've been hurt, who don't see rainbows, they just see clouds. That's why I did Project Hope.
Project Hope.
It's an eating program, exercise, but more than that, it's about self-worth.
It's serious, Richard Simmons.
Very.
Boo.
It's a good call.
He teared up.
Makes me laugh.
It is. You know what? And I
he's
wish,
wearing his candy striped shorts.
Yes, and I wish him all the best with Project Hope.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's little Richard Simmons. Isn't he marvelous?
What about his outfit, Bob?
Ah, look at that candy stripe. What an old queen, huh?
Did it make you feel uneasy?
I said, hey, this is Bob for Richard Simmons Hope.
Yeah, I tell you, I better know a quicker way he can lose weight.
Oh, Bob!
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's a little heavy humor. Sorry about that. Hi, it's Bob Hope, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of AIDS...
All right, and we close. Oh my gosh! You know what's one of the great things about Chris Christie, Governor Chris Christie?
You are more in love with this politician than any man who has ever been in the public eye.
He is not scared to change his position if it's right.
I agree,
and that's the great thing.
The man is not making any moves where I can challenge him. I really like what he's doing.
That's what I love about CC.
New Jersey Governor Chris Christie has now officially reversed his opposition to Obamacare.
Oh, nice.
That's true. Yeah. Of course, safety regulations require that whenever Chris Christie reverses himself, he must go beep, 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 beep. He's a large fellow.
That's the magic audio vault, Mike.
We'll take a break, come back with Buzz and News. That's a stupid, simple joke, but I loved it. We'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Reminder again that we are going to be giving away a fabulous apprenticeship with Rob Spiewak. It is our Jack Cassidy, I'm Jack Cassidy t-shirt contest.
Right.
We're asking you to go out and buy yourself a Jack Cassidy t-shirt and then photograph yourself anywhere in an exotic location, screaming at the top of your lungs, I'm Jack Cassidy! Then send us the video, and if we like it, you could win a fabulous prize involving a day with Mr. Rob Spiewak.
Impress us, and I will in turn impress you.
And Mike, for our out-of-towners, we'll definitely send the prize pack to them. So everybody can participate. I've seen some people say, I'm out of town.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 prize packs, one for people around the country, another for our local winner that actually gets to come and hang with Rob.
Right.
Now, if you're somebody from Sacramento, from Reno, from Wichita, from Iowa, and you want to get here to enjoy your day with Rob Spiewak, now this show is the little engine that struggles to get up the mountain.
Right.
We can't provide you with the airfare, but we can give you a fabulous day and an incredible deal at a local hotel.
Remember, in studio here with the Mike O'Mara Show,
Right.
in studio with me as I do my stupid music show, lunch at Costco, and dinner with the Spiewaks, plus the Nazi helmet, 545s, and an LP.
It's the I'm Jack Cassidy contest, so get that together, and we'll start sharing those with you probably in the next couple of weeks when we gather them all.
Come on out.
And it's really simple. Everybody's got the smartphone now. Take a little video of yourself wherever you are saying, I'm Jack Cassidy. It's that easy.
Impress us, Mike.
You have to be wearing your Jack Cassidy t-shirt because the whole point of this contest is to sell the t-shirt.
What? I thought it was to celebrate me.
Thank you. Let's start with Mr. Buzz Burbank. Take it away, Buzz.
Thank
Take
you.
it away.
Thank you, Mike. Our final segment today brought to you by Spencer & Devon Premium Shaving Cream. Spencer & Devon uses natural ingredients like aloe and shea butter. No harsh chemicals. Got bumps? Get Spencer & Devon. Spencer & Devon's good to your face, whether you have a tough beard, sensitive skin, or both. In sagebrush, spice, or completely unscented. Learn more at SpencerDevon.com or just click their ad on our website. With Spencer Devon Shaving Cream, you're closer than ever to a perfect shave. Watered down beer we've been talking about from Budweiser. I have a couple more details about that to wrap that up. Yes, it is a lawsuit. Beer drinkers in California, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania have joined forces to sue Anheuser-Busch InBev for watering down Budweiser and Michelob. Test found the alcohol content of these beers is as much as 8% lower than the labels claim, because the company allegedly adds water somewhere between the brewing and the bottling. The company says the lawsuit, which seeks $5 million in compensation, is groundless.
It's just funny.
It is.
I mean,
those percentage points add up, though.
Yeah, they do.
But what's funny is when you really cut right to the chase, you are talking about suing them because you don't get as buzzed as you should.
Exactly.
You want to pay for it.
But that's what they sell, baby.
Imagine if this, and again, this is alleged, so they got to figure out if it actually happened. Imagine if this happened at the gas station, like if you weren't getting enough gas.
Some it does.
Or it was affecting your mileage.
Yeah.
Well, in a way, this affects your mileage.
Actually,
I want to tell you.
May vary.
I want to tell you.
Saturday night in Gary, Indiana, a couple in their 40s did what a lot of people have done. They watched a movie in one theater screening room and then slipped into another to catch another movie without paying.
It's called the O'Mara.
In Indiana, theft of any kind is a felony. And a security guard spotted them, so the couple now faces felony charges for sneaking into a movie appropriately titled The Snitch.
Why are you playing the music, man?
Because he's mentioned Gary, Indiana.
It happened in Gary, Indiana.
Sorry.
And it's a cautionary tale for everyone. The Harbins are now facing up to 3 years in prison each for a movie starring...
Chuck Harbin.
For starring, going to a movie starring The Rock.
Right.
Why would you say that?
Just because I wanted to.
Before I did.
What could possibly go wrong? A new report says the Centers for Disease Control labs are sloppy about properly securing possible bioterror substances, including anthrax and the plague. Some anthrax attacks in 2001 were eventually leaked to an Army lab, so there is a real danger there.
I hate the plague.
I know, it's nasty.
I avoid it.
Started with rats.
I hate
Nasty
rats.
little plaguey rats.
In case
This is my rat, Plaguey.
In case you think the issue of gun safety is dead and forgotten in the months after Sandy Hook, it is not. In fact, Democrats have devised a strategy to get at least some new gun controls through by dividing their proposals into 4 separate bills. They know their bill to ban military-style assault weapons will never pass, as bizarrely unbelievable as that seems to some of us. But the bill for expanded background checks is expected to pass. So's the bill aimed at illegal gun trafficking, and the bill banning high-capacity ammunition magazines is also expected to pass. Now we're hearing that flights could be delayed up to 90 minutes, many canceled entirely because of the ham-handed budget cuts due to begin day after tomorrow. But Americans have heard these dire warnings before, and we're getting desensitized. Like a 1-hour TV drama, we expect that, as in the past, they'll all get wrapped up in the final 10 minutes.
Right.
And even if sequester isn't averted in the next 48 hours or so, most expect Congress to patch the problem and kick it down the road a bit further again. As a people, we're as divided as Congress. Half of us in a new survey say these budget cuts are too harsh, but 46%, nearly half, are just fine with them.
14% of us are ham-handed.
Or so we say for
Ham-handed.
now. And
Carla's making navy bean soup today.
Oh, good.
We need to save the spiral cooked ham for that. Thank you.
Save the bone.
We've reached a tipping point on the issue of gay marriage. A group of more than 200 businesses, big corporations really, are urging the Supreme Court to strike down the federal law that limits the definition of marriage to a heterosexual couple. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Starbucks, Aetna, Citigroup, and Pfizer among these companies. A number of prominent Republicans are also urging the court to dump the so-called Defense of Marriage Act, although none of them currently hold office or are running. And a state senator in Minnesota says he supports the gay marriage bills in his state, even at the risk of ending his political career.
Good for him.
Brendan Peterson is the target of a conservative group bent on spending $500,000 to defeat candidates there who support gay marriage.
What's the name of that legislator again?
Brandon Peterson.
Brandon Peterson. He was the guy that was... he had a scandal of his own. I forgot what it was, but
Did
I know,
he really?
I know he was
I'll
found.
have to look that up.
He was found guilty last year, I think. Now I remember the charge.
Yeah,
of being fabulous. Sorry,
and he's standing.
That was a long way to go.
Standing his ground for being fabulous, Mike.
I was Googling away over here.
Peterson says he.
Hey, Pony Boy, can I see your computer for a second?
He says he'll do what's right no matter what the consequences. And finally. We think of the Netherlands. We're down to our last 30 here.
Yes.
We think of the Netherlands as being sexually.
I just closed it.
Good. I can close the book.
What is it with that chair? Yesterday,
he's monitoring the network.
No, he wasn't. He was surfing the web. He was surfing the web. Tell him the truth. Tell him the truth.
I was surfing your website.
Oh, no. All right, here you go. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. Okay, to both of you. Thought I caught him. It's the Holstein rule.
Next time for sure.
Sorry, Buzz.
That's all right. Are we done? Are we out of time?
You have about 20 seconds if you can do it.
We can do this. We think of the Netherlands as being sexually liberated, but even those folks have their limits.
Yeah.
A popular college professor has just been fired for watching porn on his computer.
Oh, no.
And in his excitement forgot to turn off the connection to the classroom's overhead projector.
Oh!
I'm Buzz Burbank on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Thank you, Buzz. We got to get out of here. Thank you all very much. I hope you enjoyed the Mike O'Mara Show. Nice to be with you. Yes, sir. I'm doing the old Blue 92 Don Geronimo impersonation right now.
Yeah, 15.
Our show is brought to you by Tall Weeds. It's a great book, Tall Weeds by Steve Huey. Check it out. You can go to twobarkingdogspress.com. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.